headed to work. Life has just been lifing, and I hadn't been able to post a whole lot. But I'm gonna tell you guys some things that's been going on. Again, you see these pretty little curls, natural hair. So my baby that lives in Atlanta, her car just gave out on her. So my husband and I went and bought, he went and got another car, so we got a car note. A week after that, my middle daughter was involved in an accident in Kentucky. So what happened is, her vehicle, she had a water bottle, and it fell and went up under her brake, and she wasn't able to stop. So she either ran in the back of somebody, or ran off the road, flipped the vehicle, or ran into oncoming traffic. So she ended up hitting somebody from the back, and it damaged the front, the hood, and the side of her vehicle. So right now, she don't have any transportation because the vehicle is being fixed. So she been Ubering back to work, to home, to school, and you know Uber costs money. Now we would have got a rental car, but what we would pay for a rental, she could Uber with this other company. It's a new company in Atlanta, in Kentucky, and they go by the miles. So if she have to drive 10 miles from the house, it's gonna be $10. If she gotta go 15 miles and so forth, it's like $1 a mile. So it's cheaper than Uber. Uber done got so expensive too, it's ridiculous, you guys. Well, she's paying this other company to transport her back and forth where she have to go. Well, Uber it'd be $25, $30 back and forth a ride, when she could spend $25 for to go and come back. So it's easier for us to do that. Now, if you rent a rental car, that's gonna be $300 and some for a whole week. So we totaled it up, and we come out cheaper just doing the this new company instead of Uber. I'm gonna just call it Uber 2 because it's better than Uber, because they don't charge as much, and it's a new company, and they just starting out, and they keep going. They gonna put Uber out of business because Uber is ridiculous. You go 10 minutes from the house and it's $25. Come on now. I know it's wear and tear on people's cars and stuff like that, but some of these rates for to go down the street is just ridiculous. I remember here in Jackson we had, well, they still do have a little taxi. We had the yellow cab taxi like company. And I remember going down the street or going to work, and it didn't cost me but $5, but that was back in the day. I know everything's going up, prices and gas, but you know, we gotta be frugal with this economy and everything going on. And speaking of that, I told you guys I work many jobs, right? So I manage a security company, and I also work security. So the place that I work security for many years, it will be, I go in at 6 o'clock, and whenever all the people leave, like they got 2 restaurants and they got a hall where people can come and have events and stuff like that. So when they close up the business after at 9 o'clock, they clean up, and then if they have an event, you gotta be there 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know what happened, but I got a text saying that now they want us to work from 6 to 10. And anything over that, the people that's having an event or the restaurants, they'll have to pay for their security, and we could charge whatever, which I wouldn't charge them over. But if they decide not to keep us over, normally this would make me lose at least $100 to $150 a week. So I'm like, man, I need that money. You know, people say when your kids get a certain age, these people won't let me get over. Let me get over. They on their own. That's not true. And I know when I was coming up, every now and then you need your parents' assistance, especially if you're working hard. My kids work hard. They go to school. They doing their own thing. And sometimes you come up short. Just like my daughter in Atlanta. I had to co-sign for her to get her apartment because they want you to make 3 times the rent. Come on, you guys, 3 times the rent. And she was shy just like a couple of dollars or so, and she wouldn't be able to get the apartment for a few dollars. It has to be exactly 3 times the rent. So stuff is high and it's expensive. And with me living in the South and I'm seeing it's expensive, imagine them living in Atlanta and Louisville, Kentucky. So, like I said, it's like my pockets has had holes in them. The more money I make, the more just slide out my pockets. But, you know, I just thank God that I'm able to help. I thank God that I'm able to get up and go to work, to provide and do things, because this is not going to last always. And my middle daughter that lives in Kentucky, she would say, she was so upset. She was like, Mama, I was so scared. And I don't know about you guys, but when y'all got these water bottles, y'all need to make sure y'all put them where they won't fall, because that happened to me while I was working. And luckily, I was in a parking lot. And the bottle went up under my brake, and I was trying to reach for it, and the car was moving slowly. And I ended up tapping another car. There wasn't no damage to either car. But imagine if I'm on the interstate and a water bottle fall and I have to make a sudden stop. Or I'm driving the speed limit 35, 40 miles an hour, and the bottle falls and I'm trying to reach for it. And I'm coming up on some traffic and I can't get the bottle, so I'm pushing on the brake because the bottle, that's very dangerous. That's some Final Destination crap. So y'all be careful with those water bottles. But I've been busy at work. It's been a lot, these letters, trying to do all these different things, and what gets me is, you know, when officers do something they ain't got no business, instead of blaming themselves, they blame me. They blame me. They blame me because I'm the head of the division, and they say, you did this. You did this. All we did was investigate and present it. You brought this on yourself. And I just never understand how officers can get angry with you for stuff that they did. You know you're supposed to cut on your body camera. I mean, you know your conduct on and off duty will affect your job, because people don't look at you as being a person that's off work, as a regular citizen. They gonna say Jackson police officer, former Jackson police officer, retired Jackson police officer. So your reputation as being an officer affects you on and off duty. So, you know, you can't do things off duty and expect not to be punished for it, as far as your reputation, as far as your job. Because it say I will keep my private life unsulted. I won't let my personal bleed into my official life. And both of them, they work hand in hand. And the thing is, when you do something, they look at you as an officer, so it brings embarrassment, discredit to the police department that we got somebody who can't conduct themselves off duty. So imagine what they're doing in a uniform. So, you know, that just bothers me a whole lot. That, you know, and it ain't even got to be a police officer. You got people blaming other people for their misfortunes and things that they brought up on themselves. So it's just, it's a lot. Shout out to the Democrats. The blue wave is coming. And I'm like this, you guys. Speaking of, you know, politics or whatever. Yes, I'm a Democrat. But if there's a Republican that I believe can do the job, I'm going to vote Republican. So, you know, I'm voting for the person that I think would do the job and have some ethical values about themselves and care about the people. They could be a Republican or a Democrat, independent, whoever. So, but that's the type of space that I'm in. If it's a Republican that's doing what they need to do, I'm voting Republican. But it just seemed like for some reason these Republicans, they think something wrong with the left side, but something wrong with the right side. It's like what's right is wrong, and what's wrong is right. You know, I watched a lady get up and she talked about, she not worried. She worried about these people that got a course pay 3 times the rent. The people that she represent, the grandmothers, the mothers and stuff like that, who can't put food on their kids' on the table for their kids. And it's like the system is set up for you to fail. Like, if you work full time, you can't get child care to help you out. And child care will take up most of people's money that they make on their jobs. If you make a certain amount of money, you can't get food stamps, which I do believe that people shouldn't be on the system, that it's a stepping stone to help them to make better. But a lot of people will tell you, I can go and work, and what they paying minimum wage in certain jobs, what they're paying us, by the time I buy food, pay for gas running back and forth to work, and pay my bills and pay for child care, I still be in the hole. That means that they don't make enough money to do something that's gonna lack. You know, so it's just upsetting, you know, that they think that there's a lot of people that do want to work. And you got those who brag. Y'all YouTubers that's on here talking about y'all making grocery with your food stamps and you got 3-4 buckets. Y'all the main reason why the people that really need the help can't get the help. You boasting about your low-income apartment that you don't pay nothing and you living large and in charge and this and you act like somebody owe you something. You make it hard for the people that really need the help. You up there getting 34,000 views on the YouTube because you You showcasing you living in the projects, or you going grocery shopping with your food stamps and stuff like that. And then the people that really need it is low key. I remember one time my mother-in-law was telling me she was out sick, and then they, I guess they phased her out because of her age, but she was on leave being sick, and they terminated her from her job, right? So she needed some assistance because she was trying to get her disability or whatever. And when she did get on her feet, was able to get her retirement and everything that she needed, she hurried up and called them and said, look, I appreciate this assistance, but I'm financially stable to take care of myself. Now, those the people that need the help, and it's true that being on the system will cause you to be on it forever, and we do need to break those curses. But believe it or not, people of color are less likely to get the assistance than the white people. I'm just gonna be honest about it. You got more white people getting food stamps and all these benefits than black people. And then they go and they vote a certain way, and they don't care about hurting themselves. And it's sad that we got people that are so prejudiced, and they believe that I'm sticking with my group of people, regardless if it hurts me or not. I'm going to stick with my group of people, even though me and my kids going to starve. We're not going to have health care. We're going to live over here in this shack, and my teeth falling out and rotting, and my health is bad, but I'm still going to vote for a certain group of people because they done told us that these other people over here are a certain type of way, instead of everybody sticking together for what's right. It's sad that you got a group of people don't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw out of, and they're voting a certain way. And I'm trying to be, I'm not trying to, just say this or that, but you know what I'm saying. They vote a certain way, and it's hurting them. The people that's farmers, they voted a certain way. Everything Kamala Harris said happened. Everything she said that was going to happen, happened. But you still got delusional people out here believing that it's going to get better. It done got worse. It done got worse. And one thing that I have learned is that when you're turned over to a reprobated mind, and that's what people have been turned over to, that means that you ain't got God in your life. That way you can't hear from God. The Bible say the poor will be with you always. And we as a country, I'm not saying that you got to take care of people. You went and got yours, and they should have got theirs. But you don't know people's circumstances or the reason or why they in that predicament. And, it's just a lot of stuff like, I believe in life at conception. But I believe a woman has a right to choose over her body as well. But they advocating no abortions, but you got kids out here dying from predators every day. So long as the baby is in the womb, you're going to protect that baby. But when the baby's outside the womb, they free game. So, it doesn't make sense that the baby is protected inside the womb, but once it gets out, there's no child care. There's no health care. There's no benefits for food. You got CPS out here, and they're doing, and they're overwhelmed, and you got kids that are falling through the cracks. I'm back, you guys. I don't know what I was saying, but let me get off my little rant. Y'all have a blessed day. And I'll see you guys later.